Ravirmaidhi Rudro Yakte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are on that chapter. Who can say where I am?
158. 159.
Okay, good. At least we got a starting point. So, we are on the chapter of the dissolution of the mind again. This mind is the cause of all our suffering. Mind is the cause of our freedom. And we create a hell out of heaven by our mind. And we can create heaven out of hell because it is the mind which creates everything. So mind is very powerful, and so long the mind is there, mind functions through the three qualities, sattva, rajas and tamas. There is sattvika manifestation of mind, rajasa and tamasa manifestation. In sattvika manifestation, holiness, love, purity is manifested to that person, and he also, that person sees everywhere holiness, love, purity. Rajas and tamas mind is cluttered mind, and it creates so much confusion, and perception is different. So now, this world of suffering and pleasure and pain, how can we get out of it? So the solution is given here, that dissolve the mind. If the mind is not there, there is no question of your suffering, no question of your pain. Just imagine when we every day go to deep sleep. When we go to deep sleep, we have no pain. We don't feel any anxiety in the deep sleep. We don't have any pain, no anxiety, no bereavement, no loss, no gain. A state where almost I'm happy. But that happiness is not in my hand. That's why spiritual life means we can train our mind in such a way that we can remain in that state at will and enjoy the state where there is the delusion of the dualistic world is no more there. So no more the pains and agonies to go through in life. So that is the dissolution of mind. And also there is another book we referred to before. It's called the Jivan Mukti Viveka. There they have discussed about that three aspects of ignorance works with out in three aspects. One is called the Manonas, Vasanakshay, and Tattva-gyan. So, Manonas, you destroy the same point, dissolution of the mind, Manonas. Why mind is so much active? Because you have Vasana, desire, and desire arises in the mind. Therefore, if you don't desire, then mind will not agitate it. No agitation in the mind means no question of suffering or pleasure or pain. And then, if you practice this Manonas, dissolution of the mind, and then parallelly practice Vasana Kshaya, not to desire anything, whatever life takes, let us go, work, finish, hands off. So that is the Vasana Kshaya. And that will lead to Tattva Gyan, or the understanding that who am I? What is my divine reality? What is my real essence? So we are reading that. To have read up to the fourth verse on page 158, we have finished that. The translation, again we read to just connect what we read. Due to their mental resolutions caused by even the slightest lack of discrimination. Hope you got it. The bold lines at the bottom of the page, 158. So, due to the mental resolution means I'll get it, I'll do that, I'll have to achieve this. These are all mental resolution caused by even the slightest lack of discrimination. If mind decides like this and that, indiscriminately, no discrimination, no analysis, no understanding whether it will lead me to realization of myself or it will create my bondage, that lack of that discernment, when it is done, the mind is imagined like that of one's known death seen in one's dream. So, when the lack of discrimination is there, the mind is to be imagined like that. What? Like I am seeing my mind. Like someone after death experience, they see their body. The doctors are operating and he sees his own body after death experience. So he sees like that. If it is viewed from the perspective of and discrimination analysis, then its existence can no longer be found. So we have read that if the it is viewed from the perspective discrimination is added to it, what is this mind? If we analyze and analyze, then we'll find that there is no existence of mind. Mind comes up and mind dissolves. Every day it is happening. Waking state, mind is active. Dream state, mind is active halfway. And then sleep state, mind is dissolved. Not perfectly dissolved, mind is not functioning as mind. So that is, if we look at this analysis of our life, that every day what is happening, then mind has no existence. Ultimate reality is not mind. Atma, ultimate reality is the Atman. So now we read the fifth verse. The nature of the mind is what? That is described. Asammag darshanam yat sat asamyak. Again, asamyak darshanam yat syat asamyak darshanam yat syat anatmani atmabhavanam anatmani atmabhavanam jad vastuni vastutang tat yad vastuni vastutang tat mano viddhi raghava mano viddhi raghava asammak darshanam jat, যেটা which is not the right. Sammak means right type of darshan, right type of seeing. When asammak darshan jat, when we see things not in the right perspective, it is all divine, it is all Brahman, but I see it as the world. So this is not right vision, it is a wrong vision. I am seeing wrongly where there is a rope, I am seeing the snake. So seeing the snake is a wrong vision. So asammak darshanam, that wherever we have not this right vision giving us the touch of the right understanding about Brahman or Atman, the ultimate truth, what is there. That is the right vision. Asammak darshanam jat sat, if you are in that asammak darshan, means not right vision, confused vision, then atmana sat atmani anatma bhavanam. You are seeing anatma in the atma. Here is Atman, the self. Satchidananda is here. And we are seeing it is all opposite of Satchidananda. It is Nirananda. It is suffering, it is pain, it is duality, it is tension. So all this what you are saying, this is not the right. Atmani, on the Atman, you are projecting on Atman, which is not Atman, which is not real. You are projecting the snake on the rope. Rope is here the Atman. It does not change. Even I am deluded, I cry, weep, whatever I do, the rope does not change into a snake. But to my mind, it is snake. Snake has come where? Snake has come into my mind. Rope, remaining rope, I am handling the rope, but I am crying. Snake, snake, snake. Understand this point? Very simple example. Many people think that what is that rope and snake example? The old example. Bring out something new. Huh? And no new example is necessary. It's a very important type of example which we can relate easily. I am in darkness. I am touching the rope only, but my mind is saying it is snake, and I am making a hue and cry of it, and I get all this suffering because of seeing the snake, and the after effect of that snake, palpitation of the heart, going to doctor and doing all this injection, this that. Why? It's a mind. Mind is creating that impact. Asammak darshan. Sammak means right vision. If you have seen the snake, a rope rightly, you will not be crying and weeping and running away because you know it is rope. So it is all Atman, it is my real self, it is my divine self. It is pure, it is Satchidananda, it is full of bliss. It is undying truth, beyond time, space, position, it is all the time there. But I am projecting, my mind is projecting on it and telling it is, he is my enemy, my friend, this is good, this is bad, this is called suffering, this is called pain, this is called joy, this is called fun. My mind is interpreting all these things. So that is called asammag darshanam jat, that which is not seeing the thing in right perspective. What is that? Atmani anatma bhavanam. You are thinking I am anatma, I am the body, so I will die. Oh, many people are afraid of death. I will die. Huh? I cannot accept that. Many people don't accept. Even at the age of 90, in the hospital, they say, okay, this is the situation, you will have to die. Huh? How can I die? Are you are dying every day. Yesterday's body is gone. Day before yesterday's body is gone. So should you cry every day? Cry, cry, cry. So why what about the body will go one day? So this is the point. Asammak darshan, because I am thinking I means this. But I, that Atman, where there is no death, there is no birth. But that is wrongly understood here. That's why he said, Atmani anatma bhavana. Jad bastuni, jad avastuni bastutvam. And oppositely, which is not the permanent object, I am thinking that is the permanent. That is the reality. Which is unreal, I am thinking that is real. I am, first of all, what is real, I am thinking unreal. And what is unreal, I think that is true. There is no other reality. It is called the anna adhyas in the technical language. You are superimposing its concept on the other and others concept on the আমাদের বাংলা একটা কথা আছে উদর বিন্দি বুড়োর কি বুদর ঘাড়ে Udor pindi budor ghare. That's a Bengali colloquial word. That means you are you are imposing some concept on someone which is not true, and others concept on someone, but that is also not true. In both ways, you are making a double mistake, and that's why you are so deluded. So bastuni avastuttam. Ajat avastuni bastuttam. Tan mano. This is the defined mind. This is the definition of mind. Your mind, what it does, what is Vastu, what is the reality? He says, no, it is Avastu, it is not there. And not only that, what is Avastu, which is unreal, he says, hey, this is the real. This tactics is played by your mind. You know this is the play of your mind. This is called mind. So a new definition of mind. We other in the yogic term, we say mind which ripples, which flickers. But here is another definition. Mind is that, so long you are in the sway of mind, Mind will tell you, abostuni bostu, that which is not the real, it will convincingly say this is real. And what is real, you say, that is not there. Where is God? There is no God, there is no reality, there is no Brahmanatman. It's all idle brain stock. These sages have nothing to do, so they have enough time. They, idle brain, they have created these stories here.
So, could you, in this context, which is the metaphor of the serpent in the rope, which is so telling, could you redefine for us avarana and vikshepa?
Right? And Avarana Vikshepa is one type, but it's called Annanadhasa. Avarana means it covers the truth,
It's a covering.
covering, and Vikshepa means new creation,
That is, it's a projection.
projection, and that is the mind's function. Mind functions also in both ways. Mind covers the truth and creates its own interpretation.
Isn't that one of the reasons why we mistake one thing for another?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that the basis? Isn't avarana the
Avarana.
vikshepa?
That's called the Maya.
Basis for this error.
Right. Yeah, that's why it is said Avarana Vikshepa or is called Maya. What is the definition of Maya? Or Ajnana? Ajnana has two facets. Ajnana does one, it covers the truth, and not only covers, it creates new things.
Swami, and then the other word for a mental construct, upadhi.
Mental construct.
How is upadhi different from what comes as a result of avarana and vikshepa? How is
So that Avarana Vikshepa, as they are defining, that is called mind. Here they are saying. Avarana comes why? Mind functions, that's why Avarana. If the mind is not there, there is no Avarana. In the Brahma Jnana time, mind, there is no such thing as mind.
So if it were not for a dull and vague mind, you would tell the vikshepa there.
Yeah.
But then how does upadhi then fit in?
Upadhi means upo odhi. Come to the Sanskrit word. Upo means coming in close proximity with it. It overwhelms the object. The concept of something else projected on something, and it overwhelms. As a result, the truth is not obscured totally.
So that would apply to the metaphor of the serpent and the rope as well, right?
Yeah.
And again, this confusing the self with the non-self. These are all different ways of saying the same thing. Right?
See, because why are you doing that? Because mind, the same mind. He is giving the gross example in our day-to-day life. Even if your day-to-day life, look at that. You say something, and my mind interprets something. And I take it for granted and hold on to that what my mind has taught, and I create a grudge against it. How can you say like that? You didn't say that. You didn't mean that. Many times we come to, I didn't mean that. But I didn't mean that, but you have taken that as sure thing. So who is creating this? My mind, when it is not seeing the right thing in right perspective. If you say right thing in right perspective, that is not the mind anymore. They call mana amana bhavati. Then your mind becomes mindless, or you cannot tell it is mind anymore. When you see God everywhere, it is no more mind. Though you are seeing something, but there's a purest state of mind. Ramakrishna said, pure mind is equal to pure Atman. Pure Buddhi, pure Atman. Same.
But to go back to serpent to the rope, when you actually see the rope, is it that the vikshepa recedes and also the avarana is removed? Or is it a third entity that comes and wipes it out?
Nothing. Jnana removes the ajnana. The mind's confusion goes away. Truth reveals automatically. Truth is truth. Confusion gone.
In this metaphor, someone has to bring a lantern in order for the avarana and the vikshepa to go.
But fundamentally, why you have to bring lantern? Because there is the darkness. Because there is darkness, you are creating all this confusion. In bright sunlight, you don't make that mistake. So why are you seeing snake? Because you are in ignorance, in darkness. So to remove, that's why, because you are in accepting darkness, therefore we are saying bring light. If there is no darkness, No one confuses with a snake and rope.
But on the other hand, you have to have an extreme reaction. You have to have someone almost fainting, shouting, screaming, summoning his friends, which has
Whatever may
got to
be.
be the
But
Atman in turmoil to bring that jnana.
no, you are in darkness. In darkness, what you are there, you create whatever you create. You can create ghost, you can create gobbling, whatever you do.
But at all moments of confusion in our life, we don't have that light. That
You have the
shines.
light. We have the light. That's why we analyze.
That
Analysis
light
is the
only
light.
comes at a certain point.
No, analysis is the light. Analysis comes when we want to understand it.
Right.
When you don't want to understand, in ignorance,
Yes.
the darkness. If we want to understand, our mind is created in such a way it cannot remain long in ignorance. It will find, it will have to question why this, why that, why that. It will come, and that is the light coming. Because you are accepting ignorance, that we are talking about light. If you don't have ignorance, there is no question of light. So the translation goes on page 160. O Raghava means O Ramachandra. The understanding, what is the understanding? That the non-self object. What is the non-self object? Like body, mind, emotions, ego, intellect. huh? Like the body and other things are the self. That is my real self. Capital S. See, look at that. You read the book, then you'll understand. Non-self, it is small letter, which is within the realm of duality. And you're thinking as self, capital S. So the understanding, this is the understanding in your mind that the non-self object, like the body, etc., body, mind, emotions, intellect, ego, are the self. See how many times we are listening this message. I am listening till I can say 1960 onward. So how many years now? 62, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010. Now 2020 is coming. So till it remains the same. Why? I'm saying that means it is so much deep. The non-self is self, but it is not triggering the brain. Hearing again and again, "Arey, you are seeing God." How many times, in how many ways the scriptures are telling and teaching us. But ignorance is so, because our mind is so strongly accepted this misconception, it's not letting go. That's why our ignorance remains, our suffering remains, our all sadhana goes on. We say, I am meditating, I am doing, I am. I, nothing happening. So it is not a frustration. But the point is that we should be very serious on this understanding. That don't pamper the mind. We all pamper our own mind. See, if any conflict comes, we discussion, what happens? My mind, what I understand, with argument, with this and that, I want to establish myself. And if you are wrong, and other person is also trying to establish, that's also wrong. Truth is that there is nothing to be established. It is already there something. And that is the Atman. So it says, know that to be the mind which takes as real this world which is born out of illusion. And this world is never created. Suppose your dream world is never created. It's true. But you see, when you are ignorance, you see. But when you wake up, where goes your all the dream world? This is a happy, celebratory dream, or a fearful, frightening dream. Where do they run away? Where do they go? So it is to be said that which takes a real, as real, the world, which is this world, which is born out of your confusion or illusion of the mind. So you are taking that to be real. Note says it is the mind alone which imagines false objects as real. All these are but the play of the mind. Manasha kalpayate bandho. Vivek Chudamani says, Manasha, by mind, kalpayate bandho. Huh? They imagine there is bondage. And moksha naivo kalpayat. If you have to feel that I will be liberated, you have brought your idea of bondage in the mind. If you want to remove that bondage, tell your mind have to work that I am not this. So you have to take care of your mind. The same mind which has created this bondage, the same mind can help us to get out. So our spiritual practice is to train our mind, untamed and tamed. Tamed mind liberates us. Untamed mind takes us to bondage and bondage more and more suffering. So bondage and liberation are both imagined by the mind only. In reality, the self is ever free. Now the sixth verse. The means to destroy the mind is described. Now how to destroy the mind again? Again and again the same question will come and they are repeating again and again. Okay, now I understand. The same mind is creating the bondage. The same mind has the potential power to free me from bondage. Then how can I do it? You are saying potential. But what can I do with this mind? Now this. Ayam so aham idam tanme. Ayam so aham idam tanme. Etavan matrakang manaha. Etavan matrakang manaha. Tadbhavena matrena. Tadbhavena matrena. Vicharena biliyate. Rena biliyate. Ayam so aham idam. I am, this embodied self is me. All these objects like wealth and so forth belong to me. The mind is full of such erroneous knowledge. Our mind, we have been trained from our childhood to think this way. What is this? This is the self. I. Everyone. No one have to teach. I am this. So this is the self. That is our concept. All these objects, this wealth, money, building a house, God, belong to me. Me and mine. Oh, Shankara's fundamental word. Ahamidam, mamaidam, iti naishargiko and loko vyavahar. This human relationship in the humanistic world, two things are all holding us in the world. First, I and mine. Wherever I and mine, there is the world. Those people don't think this as I, like Vivekananda. They are not like us. Buddha, Christ, they don't think me and mine. No. There is no me, therefore no mine. It is thee and thine. In duality, they say, it is all divine. Therefore, they have no limitation. We cannot bind them in any limited frame of our conception, not in a body, not in a culture, not in a country. They become universal. Buddhas, Christ, Ramas, Krishnas, Ramakrishnas, they're universal figure. They don't belong to a particular, no one can, Swami Vivekananda says, I don't belong to anyone. I belong to the world. So they are boundaryless. So this is the point that this embodied being, I am so aham idam. I am and this, so aham I am, and idam, this is mine, tanme, etavan matrakam manaha. This is that those people who hold on to this idea, tad bhavena matreno, and think in this way, erroneous way, the mind is full of this knowledge. Then what happens? They remain in this way. And bichare, biliyate. So what is the only way? There is no sword, no other weapon to cut, but only one weapon, vichar. Vichara means analysis. Analysis, discernment, day and night to think. Really, it is true. Really, I am this body. Really, this object belongs to me. This body does not belong to me. The body, yesterday's body is not today's body. And I say, I, my body. Which body you are talking about? Today's body, yesterday's body, tomorrow's body, 10 years before's body? Which body? And my. So this is the analysis. Analyze, analyze, analyze. And you find solution will come to you automatically. It's not necessary that someone will do something to bring that knowledge. That means it is self knowledge. Self knowledge will come by this type of strong analysis that, that is what is the changing and non changing. This is the erroneous understanding and the right understanding. Only vichara that it is, I cannot. Fundamental few analysis of Vedanta is three types of analysis we do normally in Vedanta. One is analysis every day, every Vedanta study we do that. Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti. Analyze the three states of your, through which you go every day. Waking state, dream state, sleep state. Understand then which is real, what is not real. Who experiences these three states? And these three states comes in cycle. Huh? Waking, dreaming, sleep, sleep, dreaming, waking. Our life is rotating. Now you can analyze that way. And then you find nothing you can say it is real. Because yesterday's scenario is not today's scenario. Tomorrow what will come, it will be different. So which changes every time, you cannot say that that is the myself. Self is unchanging. So analyze this way. This is the Jagrat Sapna Sushupti analysis. Everything is name and form. Huh? And whose name, whose form? Which this name and form is coming in your mind. So that is witness consciousness idea that I have a body, but I am the observer of the body. Drik Drishya Vivek. I have a mind, I am the observer of the mind. Mind is every day flickering. It's happy, unhappy, jumping and down. But I am witnessing all this jumping and rolling. Whether it's happy, I see I am happy. I observe this happiness. I observe the drowsiness of the mind. I feel this way today. My intellect, my understanding, I know my understanding when I was fifth grade boy. I know my understanding now as this today's condition is changed much. So that which the buddhi, that intelligence, is not the same, it is changing, 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 whereas I standing all the time. So this is the Panchakosha Vichara, the analysis of the five sheets. No? That and then what? Observer observe, that is another way, and that is the Panchakosha Vichara. And then Jagrat Sapna Sushupti, three states of our being as we are running over again and again and again. And to find that what is permanent, what is eternal, versus what is changing. So if only this analysis can be done. Or in this scripture says with avastuni vastu aropa. That is the ignorance. So analyze, why am I superimposing on the thing which is changing and not understanding which is unchanging? So analyze. So this verse suggests that only solution to get out of this, to dissolve the mind, to be established in our real nature, only analyze. Discriminate between the real and unreal. Nitta nitya vastu viveka. That's why Vedanta Sar says, Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Viveka means this discernment. What is Nitya, what is Anitya. Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. Ihomutra Phalabhoga Viraga. Understanding that Iho means in this world, Amutra, after we die, going to heaven or hell. Follow, what follow will I'll go to heaven or hell to enjoy in heaven or higher plane or in this life, viraga, because it is temporary. So these are the steps of vichar. Yahamatra phala bhoga viraga. Samadhi sadaka sampatti. Samadama titiksha purati shuddha samadhan. These are the all noble traits to follow. Mumukshatva, being trying to free from. So analytical process, this Vedanta book say analytical process. Bhakti school will say cry and pray to God. That's also okay. That means you have to believe there is a higher power. And there you are submitting your small ego. So your mind is being submitted there. So you are dissolving the mind. You are not pampering what mind tells. So anyhow, this Vedanta will say only by analysis and discrimination you can reach that truth.
So the distinction between the Yoga Sutras and the Yoga Vasishtha be that in the Yoga Sutras, the Raja Yoga and the meditation path is sort of held up as an ideal which even now inspires so many people in Vedanta. But in Yoga Vasishtha, the emphasis is on vichara.
Vedanta is vichara and bhakti is to annihilate the same mind, ripple free.
Right.
Points to the same.
But in
If
Raja
your
Yoga-
mind, listen, this mind ripples, means it accepts one idea, catches that idea, holds on. If it does not ripple, what will happen? The ocean will be flat. There is no ripple, no reflection. So, mind is gone. Same thing, but procedure is different. Approach is from this side or this side. So, Vedantic methodology is analysis. Bhakti methodology is prayer and putting our ego down, down, down in any way, loving God in such intensity, so other thoughts, other mental waves will go away. So, and then Karma Yoga says the same thing, doing whatever we do, only doing for God, God, God. So, other vrittis you are reducing, our misconceptions are not increasing because there is no hierarchy of good karma, bad karma. I'm doing everything I'm doing for God. Huh? So, methodologies are different, but it is curing is the same. Destruction of the mind. Now, the seventh verse says the mind itself is bondage. So, mind itself is bondage. This is Swami Vivekananda in one lecture. He says, you are trying to find Maya or bondage. Where is bondage? The bondage, mind is Maya. So, all this confusion who created, we say it is created by Maya. Don't say Maya, it is by mind. So, you take care of your mind. This delusion will go away. So now that is a support here in Yoga Vasishta, verse number 7. It says, Upadeyo anupatanam hiya. Upadeyo anupatanam hiya ekanta vivarjanam. Upadeya anupatanam hiya Upadeya Anupatanam Heya Vaikanta Vivarjanam Vaikanta Vivarjanam Jadi Tat Manasho Rupam Jadi Tat Manasho Rupam Tad Bandham Viddhinetaram Tad Viddhi Netaram. What does it mean? Anupatanam, following on job which is upadaya acceptable, And vivarjana means giving up ekanta solely that which is here abundant. That is to accept that which is agreeable and to renounce absolutely that which is disagreeable is the very nature of the mind. Our mind always functions like that, no? Whatever my mind says, I am agreeable with it. I am agreeable with that person. I am agreeable with that environment. I am agreeable with that country. I am agreeable with that management. I am agreeable with that government. My mind agrees. No? And to renounce absolutely that which is disagreeable, I hate it. I dislike it. Where does it happen? It happens in the mind. And when that comes, that is very nature of the mind. Either mind accepts some things and mind rejects something. So that is the nature of the mind. When it accepts one thing, he makes it very high. He is very elated to have it. And what he does not like, disagreeable, he is frustrated with that and creates a mess of our life. So know this to be the bondage alone. Tell what is bondage? The disagreeable and agreeable nature of the mind and hanging on to that and holding on to that, that is the nature of the mind. And that is the bondage. That's why spiritual life means you may disagree, but need not be so strong. You may lie. It should not be so strong that you are very attached like a fevicol or what is called your glue, strong glue. Do you see in the airport, in the airlines, wings, how they are glued? The big wing, how much is the weight? The glue, no, is it not? On the body, two big wings, they glue it. Such is the power of glue. You see, such heavy weight thing, two big wings hanging like that, and it is holding all the air pressure and everything. So glue has such power. So our mind, mental glue is much stronger. When I get glued to something, there is nothing more than that. And you cannot, it cut to pieces, but the glue will not come out. So similarly, hate, disagree, that's also so strong. So this is the function of the mind. You want to see the function of the mind? Look at it. In our life every day we can see, hey, whose function is Atman functioning or mind functioning? Mind functioning. Too much hatred, too much jealousy, too much of everything. That is bondage and that is mind. It's happening in the mind only. And mind creates its own impression. It is so good, so good, so good. And then I run after that like a glued thing. And I hate it, hate it, hate it. Mind says, best, you just get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. So these two opposite strong things which comes in the mind, according to this Yoga Vasishta, that upadeo are here. These are the functions.
This is Maya.
You say Maya, but better to Maya. Where to find the Maya? In the air, rather find the air. Every day's functions. I get mad with it. Why do you get mad with it? The mind gets mad with it. Huh? And after when mind gets settled down, we say, hey, I should not have got so much angry. We say ourselves, oh, that was too much. I could have waited for a little few minutes, but I'm too much affected with it. So is it not our mind then? So that we do ourselves, but to be aware of that. And that is the Maya. We want to get out of Maya. It's not that we'll go to Himalayas in the high peak of Kailasa. There are good places, but going to Kailasa, it does not take away your Maya. I went to Kailasa and still Maya is there with me. So it is not in place, but it is the mind. So mind when can give up too much liking and disliking. In life, when you live, you will have something basic. But this is you see the holy people. Holy people are detached like that. See Hridayanam, how much trouble he created for Sri Ramakrishna. But he didn't hold it. Ah. And even those who Hridaya, even Ramakrishna appreciates, oh, he has saved my life, but he also troubled me so much. So if Ramakrishna has to go through this trouble, so oh yeah, no, it will be there. But to be less disturbed by these things. You see, if someone can easily ignore certain things, they are the happiest people. Look at that. The same incident, same story. One is overtly reactive and they are fighting and howling and shouting. Another is okay. Happened, okay. So that's a mind is trained mind, matured mind can see that. Immature mind does not allow us. It brings its own argument to support their own feeling and emotions. So this is one new thing we are learning. Maya is not sitting somewhere, or you go to the cave of Himalayas, then Maya will run away. No. Treat the mind here. If you go to the cave, Maya will go there with you in the cave. And if you can handle it here, Maya is here, no Maya. Eh? So it depends on the how we learn to master our mind. That's why whole spiritual science is mastering our mind. But we, on the contrary, we have become slaves of the mind. Whatever mind teaches, we get so much upset, so much affected, and that hurts our whole mind, peace of our life, joy. And forget about absolute peace, relative peace. If you can learn to ignore, okay, it is his business. Suppose someone said something wrong, if I have the courage to say, okay, it is his business, let him suffer. Because he has thought that way, so the consequence goes to him. Why I am getting affected, I have nothing to do with it. So you become free. But when I identify with it, then it becomes my botheration, my pain. We spend sleepless night, unnecessarily sleepless night, because we give too much value. That means mind is telling this is urgent, life and death question. What is life and death question? There are many people who are really in life and death question. Huh? In comparison to that, my problem is nothing. But I make it such a hell of it. So my mind creates this. So treat the mind. Just it helps so that to accept that which is agreeable and to renounce absolutely that which is disagreeable. This is the very nature of the mind. So long we are mind, we'll have it. But know this to be bondage. So if you know this is the bondage alone and nothing other than this, then try to get out of it and try to be master, try to be free from it. And freedom is the song of soul. We all want to be free. That is the spiritual life means free. Free from whom? We think others bondage. We do not know how much bondage is here with me. I am bound by my own mental construct. So smooth the mind. So Mahidhar explains on page 162 top. Really, that is the characteristic of the mind to follow up, go after, meaning accepting the agreeable objects, and to reject or renounce the object, like the snake and so forth. This is acceptable, that is not acceptable. The mind is full of such resolutions. That is verily the real nature of bondage. So that is the bondage. So if you have to define bondage, bondage is in the mind. ah, that mind which is too much holds on to agreeable and rejects too much in the disagreeable, that mind is bondage because that is suffering from all these dualities. But when one learns to be detached, okay, it has happened. I tried my best. Let go. Let go. Don't pay attention. That Raja Yoga says, no, Raja Yoga says, how to live in life in peace. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukha Punna Punna Bhavana chitta prasadanam. You want to keep your chitta means mind, prasadanam, peaceful, joyful. How? Take four methodologies. What is that? Sukha dukkha, punna apunna. Life in life, happiness will come, misery will come. Huh? Some auspicious action will be there, inauspicious things will happen. No? So you act accordingly. It is said that when something happens very happy or peaceful, you adore that, respect that, and love that. That which is there creating dukkha, suffering, then you just be, someone gives you suffering. You think that, okay, poor guy, what he will do? He is finding joy in that. Let him be happy. Then you can smile at that person. Huh? Sukha dukkha, punna apunna, auspicious, inauspicious. All this condition, you just counteract like that. And ultimately you will have to say that upeksha. Punna punna. Chitta prasadanam, upeksha. Upeksha means when is tremendously reactionary thing is going on, just ignore. Just don't look at that side. And it's like a wave it comes, and if you just ignore, it does not affect. So these different states of mind, as Patanjali has suggested, to take these tools so that mind becomes peaceful. Mind becomes peaceful means it is no more retaliating with so much emotions. So now, good, bad, virtue wise, all are rooted in the thoughts of the mind. So he said, Mano hi jagatam kartri, Mano hi jagatam kartri, Mano hi purusha smitaha, Mano hi purusha smitaha, Manakritam kritam loke, Manakritam kritam loke, Na shariram kritam kritam, Na shariram kritam kritam, Yenaiva alingita kanta, Yenaiva alingita kanta, Tenaiva alingita suta, Tenaiva alingita suta. It says the mind alone, manohi jagatanka. In this world, mind is the only king. It rules and dominates on us. So mind alone creates the world. The individual soul is nothing but the mind. As we are, what is our mind? The world is only differentiated by each other. Atman remaining the same. Difference is only mind means the looking, how you look at the object through your mirror of the mind. What is your mind? Concave mirror or convex mirror? If the mind, suppose a mirror, a flat mirror, concave mirror, convex mirror, what is the aperture? Uh, Curvature. How it is the mind curvature. Mind flat or mind has different curvature. So according to that you see the world. Therefore, anything done with the particular attitude of mind become like that alone. Whatever is done physically is not really done. Whatever your mind thinks, no. What you do physically is less important. What your mind thinks, that is more important. That's why working in the worldly sectors, one can be greatly spiritual. And working in a spiritual environment, one can be very much earthly. Because the mind, with which perspective? That Ramakrishna story, the two friends were going and they met together. One friend is going to listen to Harikatha, that is where there is a Bhagavat reading. And another friend, he was going to the prostitute quarters. And then two friends went in the two direction. And the person who was in the listening to the Bhagavat, the holy text, he was thinking, what a fool I am. This man is talking about God, 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 God. And I am sitting over here. And my friend have fun and enjoyment. Huh? And that person who is in the fun and enjoyment, he thought, what a wretched person I am. My friend is now listening the words of the master, God, and see, and I am a wretched guy. What am I doing? Ramakrishna said, when both of them died, the person who was in the prostitute's quarter, he went to heaven. And the person who was in the Bhagavad reading, listening, because his mind was there, he went to hell. So the point is given that we don't actually, action is not important. What is your mind? How you take it? So this is the beautiful idea. And they are giving a gross example. With the very same body, a man lustfully embraces his wife and also embraces his own baby daughter with affectionate filial love. So object remaining the same, your attitude is the different. So this attitude is created in the mind only. Okay? So though the action appears outwardly to be the same, due to the difference in mental attitude, it is regarded as different. Therefore, one's mental attitude is very, very crucial. Mahidhara has explained what? The mind is verily the cause of this cycle of worldly existence. Therefore, the mind is the embodied soul, Purusha. It is to be understood that whatever is done with the help of the mind is actually regarded as done. Once the mind becomes free from desire, a person does not get entangled by any action he performs. Virtue and vice are all due to the strong attachment of the mind. This is the inner meaning. And he quotes to support it Amrita Bindu Upanishad. It says, verily the mind is the cause of bondage and liberation for human being. The mind becomes the cause of bondage when attached to the worldly objects and becomes the cause of liberation when it is objectless. Another quotation is given that, and the reference is not from where, but the last paragraph of the page 163. Since one attains liberation when the same mind becomes objectless, the aspirant should make a continuous effort to detach the mind from all objects. So he's giving our advice what to do, as mind is so powerful. So what you do, our whole effort should be to handle our own mind. We want to correct others, correct the mind first. And if the mind is corrected, everything is corrected. So this is the essential teaching of this Manonasa. That means dissolve the mind, dissolve the mind. This mind can bring God in our life, and this mind can bring the, as I said, heaven in our life or hell in our life. So it is only the how we pamper our mind. That's why spiritual life is little should be very less lack of little strong, not to be little something will disturb the mind. Be strong in the mind. Swamiji, that's why he is very strong. He says that it needs spiritual life does not mean only you'll be humble, humble, humble. You will be humble, but be strong. Muscles of iron, nerves of steel. How the nerves of steel will come? If the mind is weak, therefore, mind is to be made strong. And mind is had all power. And mind can reveal the truth. Transcendental. See, all these experiences of science, when they're trying to invent so many things, what is where it is done? In the mind first. The apple fell down. It is falling for you from time immemorial, no? But it first worked in where? In the mind. Mind of. So in everything, it is in the mind. And these scriptures are very great and kind enough. They give us the tool. That mind is this. Through the mind, manusha evo idam aptavyam neho nanasti kinchana. Upanishad says, manusha evo idam aptavyam. You have to realize that truth. Idam means this Brahman, this Atman. Manasha eva idam aptabbam. By manasha tritiya vibhakti. Moner dara. By mind. You are to get this realization by your mind. Manasa eva idam aptabbam. Neho nanamsti kinchana. In this world there is, you see many. There is no such many. Upanishad is helping us to tell, think this way. You see name and form many, but substance is the same. So think it day and night. Mind, mind, mind. Handle your own mind. And spirituality will automatically come. Mind, pure mind will automatically come. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. By the way, it is too time is there, but still for one announcement that our Mother Kali Puja is having on 27th. That you know, it is announced. 27th is Sunday. We start around 10 o'clock, but we need many volunteers. And that's of course there is Madhavi, there is Preeti, there is. So all are there anyhow. So what is the major problem? Problem is that we normally go for immersion next Saturday. So that is announced already. That was on the second. But now what has happened? Now the boat which we are going so many years, that boat is not available on the Saturday as we used to go. So, and it was big boat, so any number of people we could accommodate. So, with much effort, we found another boat, and that boat is available. Otherwise, someone is saying $7,000 for who will pay for that. Anyhow, so we said we found, and Mahajagananda found that there is another boat available, and that only will contain 70 seats. And that is also very odd time for us. But we have no other option. It is Sunday, 9:30 a.m. The boat will be there in the same Balboa Park, a port, and then it will be for 2 hours, 7:30, 9:30 to 11:30. So very restricted. So I am probably you will get some notice that who wants to go, they will have to RSVP. And then I'm seeing that RSVP with $100. If many people will RSVP and don't come, and what happens in last moment, many people are deprived. It happens whenever you give such it is repeated experience of us here. Our other brothers are saying. So they will say they will come, but for some reason they don't come. And others are begging, so please, please, let us go, let us go. Oh, no, 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 no. So ultimately, 5, 7, 7, 10 seats are free, going vacant. So we are thinking that because it is 70 and we get number more than 100, 110 every time, so it is to be restricted. So we'll send some notice like that. That's time saying fun, $100, but it may be some less dollar. Anyhow, so remember why I mentioned this, because you can circulate this message that it is instead of immersion on Saturday, it will be Sunday at 9:30 a.m., not 11 noon time. So if anyone wants to come at 9:30, sharp 9:30, the boat will leave. So you reserve your seat. But we'll send some notice and then they will do it. This for knowing, so that people are expected. So many years it is going on Saturday. And we have also announced that. Okay, thank you very much.